Hello everybody and welcome back to another Rise of Kings video. This is Dragothian and I've got round 2 of the new Commander reveal series. We're going to be seeing Edward's maxed out skills before he comes out. Now, if you watched the previous reveal video, I just revealed Tamiris and she is being released on the Mightiest Governor event. Edward, assuming, is going to be released on the Wheel of Fortune. So, with that being said, we should see both of these commanders coming out very, very soon. People will have Tamiris in about a week and some change. I'd imagine Edward's Wheel will be popping up very shortly as well. So I wanted you guys to see all of these maximum skills so that you know which one you want to go after, or both, why not? And more importantly, just so you can plan, because legendary sculptures are at a premium. I wanted to make sure you guys know what the maximum skills are for both of these commanders. These skills that you see in front of you that were graciously given to us on the Facebook page for Rise of Kingdoms, these are level 1. I want to give you level 5. I just got a hold of them. I wanted to make sure you guys got it. So here we go. Let's quickly talk about Edward and just kind of show you maybe what some of the good pairings are, and then we'll kind of get into the maximum skills. So first off, Archer's Honor. Rage requirement 1350, guys. You got to pay attention to that. That means that it's going to take longer for him to do his first skill. It's also going to take longer to regen rage in between the first set of skills and the next set as they go off again. So keep that in mind whenever you see deals massive damage, and especially considering if he's not the primary, his damage gets cut in half. So even worse. I think that this Edward is really a primary only commander. You do not want to use him as a secondary, not only because of the rage requirement, but the fact that if he is secondary, it's going to take just as long, but you only get half the damage benefit. I am also trying to figure out and get some clarity on giving you an update on, it says gives a 100% chance to reduce rage of this commander's troops by 300 after using a skill. The way it reads, that means that your army gets a 300 rage reduction. I'm trying to figure out if that's the case or if that's supposed to apply towards the enemy army. I'll get some clarification. I'll put a pin in the comments below. You guys should also comment below and tell me what y'all think of Edward of Woodstock, better known as the Black Prince. He is definitely one of the bigger and better Britain figures in the game. Goodness, I'm just so excited about Edward. It's insane. So let's start with the first skill. I know this is the one where you guys want to see when it says deals massive damage and the level 1 skill starts at 1500. I know y'all want to see the level 5 skill. So we're going to go ahead and I'll slowly bring it up because it's a doozy. I'm telling you right now, 2500 skill damage factor when you're primary, and then 1250 if you're secondary. So obviously, like I said, you want Edward of Woodstock primary, and why wouldn't you? You've got the archer tree and the skill damage tree. There's no reason not to have Edward as primary. Pair this man up with Tamiris as second, with YSG as second. Heck, you can even throw Kusunoki in here and make a really tanky, high damage combination. I think that's actually going to be a pretty sweet play too. Obviously, the huge benefit here is going to be pairing him up with YSG, though. Big damage. It's going to take a little longer to get those numbers out, but when they come out, they're big. And can you imagine if it's Edward primary and YSG second and a massive city rally, 2.4 plus million troops, plus Lost Kingdom buffs? It's going to be a disaster. It's going to be just destruction raining down everywhere. So first skill, Archer's Honor. Let me read it out with the level 5 stuff. Deals massive damage, damage factor 2500 to a single target. So it is a single target damage, but that's all you need sometimes. And gives a 100% chance to reduce the rage of this commander's troops by 300 after using a skill. Again, I'm going to check on that and see exactly which way that works, or if that's a translation error, or if, again, this is going to apply to yourself. This is why, if it does apply to yourself, I believe Edward is also a really good pairing with Tamiris, because that delays time between your skills on the battlefield, which means you're going to build up more stacks of poison, which will also increase Tamiris's direct damage ability too. That's why I'm thinking that's going to be a good pair, and that's also why I think that may actually apply to you. Second skill, Vengeful Crusade passive skill, archer unit health increased by 10% and march speed increased by 10%. Pretty solid by itself. That level 1 skill is basically a maxed out Epic Commander's skill. Let me show you the upgraded version. Ready? 30 and 30, man. 30 and 30. Increases archer units health by 30%. Super tanky. And march speed by 30%. Super fast. Akin to a Alex with his march speed bonus. Pairing Edward up with El Cid and his march speed bonus, this becomes a very fast group on the battlefield. Very fast. So again, you lose some of the damage that you would get with YSG or Tamiris, but you gain crowd control capability with El Cid's primary skill. You gain tons of march speed with his 4th or 3rd skill. I can't remember. I think it's his 3rd skill. Either way, these two pairing together is definitely a great combo on the battlefield as well because they synergize so well. So super speedy. You can maneuver on the battlefield. Heck, you might even be able to outrun Cav with this kind of march speed. We'll do some testing, right? We'll do some testing. But that's the upgraded version. 30% health, 30% march speed while your troops are on the map. That's insane. That's awesome. That also means that this does not apply if you are a garrison. So if Edward is primary garrison, which we'll talk about, the unit health, archer unit's health, does not apply. That would not apply. And obviously march speed would not apply as a garrison either. So the second skill would be completely wasted if you put him as a garrison, but we'll talk about at the end why that might actually make a load of sense. All right, so let's go to number 3. Cressy's campaign, when the army led by this commander contains only archer units, increases skill damage by 5%. This is another good one. And increases damage dealt to infantry units by archer units by 1%. So again, the way that last part reads, it says dealt to infantry units by archer units. I got some clarification that I need done because it also says increases damage dealt, which usually means all damage. So I need to find out if this is an all damage piece as well, if we're going up archers versus infantry, or is this just troop damage? So we'll figure this out in just a moment. But let's read the first part again. When the army led by this commander contains only archers, very similar to Genghis, okay? So let's take a peek at this and see what the maxed skill is for this. And this is also a really good one, guys. Full archers, 25% skill damage bonus. Again, you got to have archers only in your army. That means if you're sending an archer-only rally and somebody decides they want to send you cav or infantry or, God forbid, siege, you just got ruined and you need to restart it. Same thing with garrison. If you're in a garrison, this does not apply. This is another skill that you would lose out on. You would lose out on the skill damage bonus as well as the extra infantry bonus. But again, they max out at 25 and 5. So rereading that, when the army led by this commander contains only archers, increases skill damage by 25% and increases damage dealt to infantry units by an additional 5%. So this could possibly be a 30% increase in damage all the way for anybody led on the battlefield with Edward against infantry units. So this is basically easy mode. Edward and YSG taking down Richard Charles, taking down Constantine Constantine Charles, Charles Constantine. I mean, you can pick whatever combo you want. This combo of Edward and YSG is basically the anti-infantry anything. So this is your pairing. For sure, 100% lock it down, is done, okay? And this is the way it really should have been, because right now, basically, Cavs are beating infantry, which is not the way it's supposed to be. All right, last skill, because again, the expertise skill does not scale. It is one skill, and that is it. It is also a new skill. Let's go over the expertise really quick before we go into the last one, because that one's also very good. Increases normal attack and counterattack damage by 2% for 50 seconds after using a skill. That's not right. Increases normal attack and counterattack damage by 50% for 2 seconds after using a skill. That is the correction, okay? So make sure you guys understand. The last skill, the way it's read, it's switched. It's 50% for 2 seconds, not 2% for 50 seconds. Got it? Cool. All right, let's go to the fourth skill. This is the last one that scales. And again, really, really good skill. We'll read it right off the bat. We won't even double read it. So when the army led by this commander is at 70% strength, that part's the same, or higher, increases attack of archer units up to 40%, and then decreases your own defense by 10%. So you lose a little bit of tankiness, but you're still super fast, and you just got a 40% increase to your archer attack for the first 30% of your troop capacity. That is amazing. So again, you're going to be having an extra 40% attack here, and if you pair him with YSG and his second skill procs for 100% attack, and then you get a quick enough skill damage or a skill regen to get Edward's Archer's Honor active skill to proc again. Can you imagine 140% extra attack driving a 2500 damage factor nuke? On top of that, you've got YSG's 50% skill damage stacking with Edward's 25% skill damage, and then on top of that, if you're attacking infantry, it's another 5% skill damage and 5% attack unit damage as well. Hopefully that's the way it looks, because that's the way it reads. That's the way I'm going to say it. This is going to be the biggest numbers that you've ever seen on the battlefield, bar none, hands down. This is the best nuker in the game, period. It is a higher rage regen, but to be honest with you, if you pair this guy up with YSG, which is what my recommendation would be, his second skill regens rage, and it gives you 100% troop attack. You've got tons of rage regen inside of that platform with the archer and the skill damage. The archer and the skill talent trees loaded up with rage regen and loaded up with attack stats, and this will be a massive, massive damage on the battlefield set of troops. That being said, if you are on the opposite side of that, your first target should and always will be Edward, 100%. If you see an Edward on the battlefield, you target him and you drop him like a bad habit. I mean, you've got to get rid of this guy, because he will, if he can get a couple of those massive damage nukes off, alongside of YSG also doing an AoE version, a mini AoE version of that, you're in for a rough afternoon, and you better go ahead and just pack it in now. You got a lot of healing to do. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, Edward's skills maxed out, fully revealed. I was so happy to be able to bring this to you. Thanks to everybody who was able to help me with this as well. Cheers. I hope I see y'all next time. Look forward to the Sippin' Saturday stream coming up tomorrow as well. Look forward to seeing all of you there. And I will see y'all next time. Cheers. Take care.